to catch up with your mayor if you live in the city of Cincinnati. And here's a clip of our conversation.
Good. Thanks, Mayor Cranley.
Thank you. Thanks for being here. Yeah, it was awesome.
Nathan Ivey with you, and I'm here with Mayor Cranley. Mayor Cranley, good to see you.
You too, Nathan.
And a beautiful day in Avondale. For folks who weren't here and maybe they won't see the news reports, can you summarize, what the plans are and what this is going to mean to the city overall?
Well, neighborhoods are our priority. I ran on the idea that everyone in every neighborhood should have equal opportunity, and every community should be vibrant with opportunities and safe, where there's a grocery store, where there's retail, restaurants. Now, not every neighborhood has that, and this isn't going to solve that overnight, but we're announcing some projects today, as we did yesterday, that will move us much closer in that direction. So in Avondale here, you have a town center which has been at the epicenter of a lot of shootings and crime over the last many years. You have incredible leadership in Patricia Milton at the Avondale Community Council. You've got 4 churches, Corinthian, Carmel, Greater New Hope, and Southern Baptist, who've been longtime partners here, have kept this center afloat when across the street there's been more shootings and whatnot. The architecture here is not appropriate to an urban neighborhood. So we want to take the best, like City Trends and Staying, the best retail that's here, move it up to the front on a much higher quality architectural environment. We're adding a grocery store after years. I think Aldi's left, about 5-6 years ago? Mm-hmm. So a new grocery store for the first time in roughly 10 years. We're hoping to get a health center here. Whether we get a health center here or not, we will be getting a health center in Avondale the next year and a half. So it's not only a food desert, but it's a medical desert, too. And there's a decent chance that the health center will end up here, but if not, it'll end up somewhere else in Avondale. We're hoping to break ground in August. The city's putting in the land and an additional $2.5 million. Combined, all of our incentives, including tax abatements, are almost $10 million for this project alone.
Okay.
In Bond Hill Roselawn, we've already put in $12 million to buy up the old Swifton Commons in collaboration with the Port. And the Port has worked with the community. But this new initiative, which has really come from the leadership of Gwen Robinson and Damon Lynch and the Roselawn and Bond Hill Community Councils, is instead of just giving the money to the Port, let's give the money to a partnership that includes this new development corporation that's a combination of Bond Hill, Roselawn, and the faith-based leaders in Gwen Robinson, and said that any decision at the front end and the back end will be made by both entities. Okay, and that's similar to what the Uptown Consortium has with Avondale Development Corporation.
Okay.
And so it's a real partnership. And so if the Port wants to spend money on something but the community group doesn't, can't do it. If the community group wants to spend something but the Port doesn't want to do it, can't do it. They've got to work together to figure out how they want to spend that $3 million to advance their collective goals.
Okay. Well, thank you for your time,
Yeah,
sir.
No problem.
Appreciate you, John.
Thanks.
That's John Cranley, the mayor of Cincinnati, giving you more detail about the numerous actors. You heard the name Gwen Robinson. Of course, she's the CEO of the Community Action Agency, and she was at the event. And, she must have got out there really quick because my intention was to, of course, get her on the microphone, on the record for you, so you can hear from her own mouth, her own perspective, what's going on. I'm going to reach out to Mrs. Robinson later on today to see if perhaps we can either sit down or get her on the show just to talk about, her involvement, the Community Action Agency's involvement, and what the overall scale of the project is going to be. Any opportunities, for folks who are in my audience, and I'll let you know, throughout the day if I can secure something, perhaps on social media or whenever the next show comes up. But that's something I definitely want to do because, for me, I want to get all the perspectives of people who are there, all the perspectives from all the stakeholders. But that's just a little bit of what's been happening, what's going on. I think that's major news for numerous levels. Perhaps there's some job opportunities. Okay. Perhaps there's some investment opportunities. Even better, right? Okay. But before we break, though, I got to say what's up and good morning to more folks who've now entered the chat room. If you're coming in late, those were clips. That was me on the scene doing my thing. I kind of like the way that sounds a bit. Just in terms of you can hear the world, life, chatter, cars going by in the background. But yesterday at Avondale, at the Avondale Town Center, and if you live in the city of Cincinnati or have lived here for any length of time, you know exactly where I'm talking about. And, for folks outside the area code, Avondale has been seen as a largely African-American neighborhood that is one of those neighborhoods where, it's hit or miss as you go street by street. And the Avondale Town Center, 5-6 years ago, was a hub for a lot of the residents because there was a grocery store that was there. When that grocery store left, then Avondale was referred to with a lot of negativity, a lot of the, some of the statistics that come out. However, like I've said many times before, there are good, smart, bright, intelligent people who are connected to Avondale, who are committed to see a transformation in that neighborhood. And it's really happening. And I would imagine there's an Avondale in probably every major city, if not several Avondales. Okay. But like I said, they got people who are really seriously trying to attract some big time partnerships to make some big time moves in terms of developing the land, whether it be for housing or whether it be for some other entities that want to be good community partners. But again, we'll talk more about that if you'd like to. I want to read through your chat as well. I want to get your thoughts on Bill Cosby. Of course, the latest is that he's going to have to show up to court in Pennsylvania. And I've got honestly mixed feelings about it. I mean, on one hand, I'm like, damn, they about to get another brother. But on the other hand, I'm thinking, damn, this brother needs to get got. Period. I don't care how old he is. I don't care what he did in TV. If these allegations are true, then it is what it is. Have you heard, and again, this is all online for you. If you like, I can post, just let me know, either inside the chat room or on my Facebook page, which probably might be a better place for it. More people will see it. Some of the details in the transcripts, I mean, that's just how Bill got down. If you went to Bill's house and you were a young female, it was not unusual for you to wake up hours later like, what happened? It wasn't unusual. Just put it like that, okay? My name is Nathan Ivey. This is the Nathan Ivey Show.
Okay, so 5 tacos of cheese and a large soda. That's $10,012. Please drive around.
Wait, 10,000 what?
It's obvious you're buzzed and driving.
I've only had a few. I'm fine.
Yeah, the food's $12, but getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Please drive around. Actually, just park and come in.
Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by the National
Hey, what's up,
Highway
everybody?
Traffic Safety.
I'm Jason Derulo. I love that music connects to people all over the country. But unfortunately, so does something else. Childhood hunger. 15 million kids struggle with hunger right here in America. And yet, every year, billions of pounds of surplus food in the U.S. go to waste instead of going to the children in need. Feeding America is working to change this. The Feeding America nationwide network of food banks rescues this surplus of food to help provide meals to families in virtually every community in the United States, including yours. But they just can't do this alone. Join me in the fight against hunger in America. For more information on what you can do to get involved, visit feedingamerica.org. That's feedingamerica.org. Together we can solve hunger. Together, we're Feeding America. A message from Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Good morning, all, and welcome back. Nate Ivey in the air chair. And currently 7:44 a.m. by my clock. As I've said, and I've sort of been teasing, well, not even teasing quite, I take that word off the table. I really haven't spoke too much about it until I know that, the deal is done and we're moving forward. But I'm happy to tell you that in the next coming weeks, you will hear our first sponsor. And many thanks. Again, as we get closer and I actually sit down and we get everything ironed out, then I'll give you more details about it. Okay? Absolutely. And it's all because of you. Straight up. I appreciate you. Team NI holding me down. But let's get back into it, my friends. Many things to discuss today, Wednesday, May 25th, 2016. I see Terrence Howard in the chat. What's up? He writes, no doubt the best talk show host. Appreciate that, T. Brittany writes, good morning. Good morning, Brittany. Good to see you. Hey, Crutha, good to see you. What's up, Tonika? She writes, I agree wholeheartedly, the very best on radio. and now the very best online, Team NI. I appreciate that, Tonika. I appreciate it, believe me. There's so much competition in the world of media and television and entertainment. The fact that you take a few moments of your day to check out the flow, I appreciate it. Eric writes, Nate, any Bill Cosby topics? LOL. Oh, of course. Of course. I wouldn't be me if I didn't. But first, more local issues. Does anyone have an opinion about this young couple who prosecutors basically gave a plea deal to save them possibly the death penalty? I mean, do we really need anybody else on death row in Ohio? You tell me. Something tells me no, but that's just me. Glenn Bates and Andrea Bradley. And if you're the kind of person that watch local television news, you can't miss them. So sad. They're scheduled to be in court at 9 a.m., Hamilton County Court. Same courthouse as the many trials and tribulations that Tracy Hunters had to endure. Same building, I believe. Does anybody have a problem with that? It looks like they're going to get lifetime sentences. That's it. You get one shot in life, and it's over for you. Hey, good morning. Good morning, Pat. Good to see you. Good morning, Miss D. What's up, John? Good morning to you. What's up? What's up, Wanda? What's up, Freen? What's up, Omar? Good to see you. What's up, Casey? What's up, Tiffany? Angela, Kishana, Norris. What's up, Norris? Thank God for another day. Good morning, everyone. I know that's right, Norris. Mike Will writes, good morning, fam. Good morning, Mike Will and Mike Jones. Cruther writes, morning, the passing of my Uncle Paul, but I still need my morning fix from Nathan. Brown skin checking in. What? Hold on. Stop the music here. What? I'm very sad to hear that. Condolences to you, Cruther, and your family. Absolutely. I'll definitely send some positive vibes your way. Absolutely. Ooh, man, that's very difficult. Very difficult. All I can say is life and death are intertwined. Enjoy each day with the people around you, every single day. Rhonda writes, good morning. Good morning, Rhonda. Hey, Tracy, my kids will not be living home as an adult. I may have to help them, but I have goals of being an empty nester. I had that goal, and now it just seems so far away. I don't even know if it's a nest. It just looks like a speck on the horizon for me. Okay? That's just me, Tracy. But I understand. What is she responding to if you're just tuning into the show? Again, currently 7:48 a.m. in the Queen City. She's responding to a news report, a study that concludes that, hey, your dreams of being an empty nester, 1/3 of millennials are still living at home. And this particular study is saying that this is the highest concentration of people of that particular age group to ever stay at home that long. What? Wait. I love my children, but you mean forever? Forever? Really? And I think it's the type of jobs that are out there. Nobody wants to support the unions these days. Outside of the police union. It's ridiculous. We should all be so lucky to have union protection. It would cut down on a lot of anxiety on your job. How many people have ever had anxiety, or you know someone who had anxiety about losing their job for a little bit of nothing because the supervisor don't like you? The director don't like you? Come on now, it's the truth. I've seen it. I mean, smart, able-bodied people who are good at their jobs, who are professional, shouldn't have to tremble in fear in the cubicles because another human being is walking past. To hell with that. But most people don't have union protections. Ohio is an at-will state. They can fire you at will. Why'd you fire me? It's Wednesday. Well, that's all you can do. That's all you got coming. It's sad. And then the other part is that, have you ever tried this? Listen, I'm not sure the last time you've moved, or maybe you own your home, but for people who are renting, it's hard out there. Don't have children. I mean, you're talking about hundreds and hundreds of dollars a month And depending on where you're trying to squeeze into, you might be looking at some small places.